Hello.
Well, hello there.
Good late afternoon.
It is a nice, gorgeous, sunny day.
So let's go cruising.
Let's do it.
Today was short.
Yeah, it did feel like a quick day.
It was such a pretty day, though. It was nice out.
Yeah, beautiful day.
We have Coco and Lottie with us as well. So if you hear pitter-patter, huffing, or the sound of a cone of shame scraping against the seat, that's Lottie.
Yup. Your own fault. You won't leave your little hot spot alone.
I know, she's so annoying.
What happens when you have a purebred? They come
Yeah.
with issues. Well, look at this party. Let's crash it.
Ooh, barbecuing.
It's a lot of people. It's quite the family event.
Oh yeah, look at, there's another family event over there. They're playing sports.
At the park.
Yeah, I miss when we used to play volleyball. My family used to always play volleyball at parties.
Oh,
So
heck
fun.
yeah.
And Poppy was always the cheater.
Naturally.
And he'd purposely try to line up with Amber every time because she's so short. And he'd tip the ball and
Just make it easy. My family played soccer, but that was when we were visiting down there in Chile. At least when we were in La Granja.
football.
The farm for non-Spanish speakers.
Where you're gonna go if you don't knock it off with your shenanigans.
She's like, Nina, don't let it happen, please.
She's all licking her ear. Gross.
You are gross.
I'm just kidding, Lottie.
Ooh, that's a nice color, purple.
Ooh. So anyway, we're still on the subjects of ghosts.
Ghosts. I was just watching Ghost Adventures, actually.
I was watching Forensic Files, which is not ghosts, but it's murder.
You watch the process. I watch the aftermath.
yeah.
Jesus.
Man, intense. And today I have my pick of a ghost topic. Since we went to Las Vegas for our vacation, we did go check out some cool spots like we mentioned before in Lake Mead. And we also did go on the Strip, which is where mine takes place. My hauntings take place on the Strip.
Heck yeah.
I picked two casinos. One that you've personally stayed at and one that I was interested in. And the second one, we both went and saw the Titanic exhibit.
Yeah.
And that was at the Luxor Casino Hotel. I guess I'll just talk about that one first. The Luxor.
All right.
But our experience at the exhibits was really cool.
Oh yeah,
We
both
went-
of them.
Yeah, we went to the Egyptian one,
The King Tut.
the King Tut exhibit, and then we went to Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
And with both things, it was pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
I liked it.
They had the creaking floor of how the
Yep.
Titanic would have sounded, and
Oh, and the ice.
oh
The big
yeah,
old ice wall.
Yeah.
So there's this big old slab of ice, and it's supposedly as cold as the water felt.
No,
Cold.
the water was colder.
Yeah, so they got it as cold as they can get it, is what those people were sitting in that water for, and you can touch it
Yeah.
and feel it yourself. Man, that
man.
burned like a mother.
Oh my god, it hurt. I remember
Plus-
when I took my hand off, it was
stung?
still so yeah,
Yeah.
it was still cold,
I was
in the
oh,
next
man.
room over,
And it's bad enough to jump in a pool on a hot, sweaty day and still be afraid of being cold from the pool.
oh.
You know what I mean? Can you
And-
imagine being in water that cold?
Not only that, but already the shock and panic of the disaster that just happened with the ship, and you're losing your loved ones on top of that.
Babies.
Oh my
men,
god, and
women, everybody.
yeah, and now you're crashing into this freezing ice cold water. R.I.P.
That that whole thing, watching the movie, I guess the movie. My mom said it scarred me. But I loved the movie. I watched it all the time, but it disturbed me. She was like, you were all disturbed by it, but yeah, I still kept watching it. Jack. I'll never let go, Jack.
Oh,
I'll
man.
never let go.
Oh, my God.
You're so stupid, Rose.
You're so stupid.
Anyway, but yeah, that one was really cool, and there was over 300 artifacts recovered from the bottom of the ocean that was personals to the passengers.
Mm-hmm.
So, that being said, supposedly some people have felt ghosts around them in the exhibit, and you have seen like a shadowy figure by the replica of the stairs.
Really?
Yeah. It's a replica, but they made it look like how it would have been.
Yeah.
You know, in the movie even. But because we saw that, and you could take pictures, and I guess people have seen somebody standing like off to the side by the end of the railing, in between like the little doors. So you know, like there's a little
Wow.
So supposedly that's what people have seen, and then they have also been guests that say that they've seen a glimpse of the Titanic's lookout, Frederick Fleet, who committed suicide in 1965. But they see him walking around
Really?
in there too, supposedly. That's what people have reported.
Interesting.
I didn't see anything when we were there.
I didn't, like,
I felt things.
I felt things, but I just kind of thought that was because it was awkward, because people were getting their pictures taken on the stairs and we're just, like, passing by.
Yeah.
But
I did feel something in particular. So we went through the exhibit, and one of the exhibits, it led into second class.
okay.
And there, I felt something a little funky.
Really?
I was trying, like, obviously in the moment, I was like, oh, it's nothing. Probably nothing. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. You know how you start getting skeptical?
Oh, yeah.
As much as I believe, I get skeptical when I feel,
You have to.
you know, like, did I feel something? But in there was like teapots and like cups and all that. Stop breathing into the mic, Coco. Just fans, you know, things that were with the women and the men in second class, you know. We talked about all of them. But there was a spot where I was looking at a picture, like the painting, because I was facing the wall.
Mhm.
I kind of felt like heavy, like really heavy for a second.
Really?
Yeah, like dragged down in a sense, you know, like, oh. And I was like, oh, that was kind of weird. And then you walked by and we continued on. But I did feel a little something like that, which people, you know, say that they have noticed strange things in the Titanic exhibit, which was pretty interesting. And I was like, other than that, it wasn't like anything obviously to mention at the moment.
No high degree,
Yeah, but it was something. Like, I kind of felt like it was off. It was eerie to see the side of the ship. It was eerie in that particular area.
Like, I could
I
feel
will agree with that.
like, not a personal connection, but I could just feel for the passengers when I was looking at their artifacts and stuff. Just like I was trying to put myself in their journey and in their position, and I can't fathom what those people had to go through.
If you ever get a chance to do the Titanic exhibit or any of
worth
the
it.
other exhibits, it's at the Luxor. You should do it.
Yeah.
Continuing on about the Luxor. So apparently, if you ask anyone, they'll tell you that the Luxor Hotel and Casino is one of the most haunted establishments.
Really?
On the street.
I didn't know that.
And apparently it's cursed.
How so?
So,
Because I did get a different vibe at Luxor than I have at all the other casinos, and I thought that was just because it was new to me.
so here's the thing. When the Luxor was built, it was one of the more recent built ones. I think it was in 1993. It's only like 30 years old.
Okay.
It's not that old at all, like the other ones on the strip. But so they made it a pyramid, and it's supposedly the third largest pyramid next to the original ones in Egypt.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that big either.
I didn't. My God.
Yeah. And it was originally going to have a Nile River tour,
Ooh.
allowing guests to tour through the pyramid. And then they have the sky beam that's on top.
Yeah.
Very top, there's this bright light that just shoots straight up.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it's the brightest light, one of the brightest things on Earth.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I didn't know any of this.
As crazy as that is, speculation has it that because it was modeled after ancient Egypt, you know, with the pyramid, the Sphinx up front, and
the
everything,
hieroglyphics and all that stuff.
that because they didn't pay attention to detail, in a sense, it was mocking the ancient Egyptians, so that's why it got cursed.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Well then.
And like for one example, the Sphinx that they have in the front, which is really cool. But supposedly the Sphinx that guards the entrance for the iconic place.
Mm-hmm.
But according to ancient texts, ancient Egyptians said that Sphinx always come in pairs.
Oh, and there's only the one.
There's only the one.
Oh no.
So that's kind of one of the things, like,
Oh,
if you don't, it's kind of like if you don't follow what you're supposed to do, you're gonna get repercussions for it. I don't know.
Yeah,
Ancient Egyptians and their curses, man.
You gotta follow their rules.
Their curses are...
They're crazy.
I feel like they're real. A lot of things that happen to people that have, like, opened the tombs and everything, they get cursed, man.
Yeah.
So but that's just me. I believe in that stuff.
I mean...
that mumbo jumbo. But another thing with the Luxor, it's very associated with the high ranks of death that happen at the hotel. There's been murders, suicides, and like just random killings around it and in it.
Well, like how many?
They can't count. They won't, like, it's not recorded because some of them are not recorded because of the hotels, you know. Like, a lot of the hotels do that. Like, they don't report.
They'll keep it hush-hush.
Yeah. So, there's no accurate reports of how many, but enough for it to be extremely active.
Oh my gosh.
So...
Does it... Okay, continue.
But, like, no, I was gonna say, but can you imagine... the room you stayed in,
oh my
there
god,
there was freaking brain splatter and blood on the walls. You know, that just happened. Like,
I'm bringing
and people
a UV
just
light.
threw themselves from that window that you're looking out at right now. Like,
I'm bringing a black
creepy
light.
is
Yeah.
that if you really think about it?
And,
If walls could talk,
it'd have a lot to say.
So, one of the rooms in the Luxor, it's room 318.
Okay.
And there's a metallic noise that like
a metallic noise.
Yeah, it's a metallic noise that guests have heard.
How would you describe a metallic noise?
I was kind of thinking like a radio, like how you choose
like
the station.
static?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I think when it says metallic noise.
I see. So like aluminum
maybe
foil
kind of like a white
stuff.
noise sound, you know. But it's like clockwork. It happens at 8:30 in the morning. They hear this noise.
How weird.
Yeah, so that's one of the weird things. And in that room in particular, people haven't seen anything, but they feel something in there, and it's not welcoming. Like, they have felt like the presence in that room just does not want them in there. So it's like spooky. You know,
like,
people just want to get out. Yeah, unwelcome. It's a very unwelcoming feeling and a very uncomfortable feeling in that room.
Oof.
And then there's another ghost.
Sounds like being in the hood.
I guess you could say. Anyway, the next ghost that people have reported seeing is the Deadly Blonde.
Oh.
And this ghost haunts multiple rooms, not just one. It's multiple rooms. It didn't say like what level or which rooms, but this blonde woman, who is unknown, they don't know who the identity is. It's just a blonde
lady.
Woman.
Okay.
But numerous reports say that they wake up feeling hands around their neck.
What?
Yep. This blonde apparently has something for strangulation.
I mean...
Not her, but to do to other people.
Either way,
yeah,
whatever you're into,
have said that
but...
they felt choking. Like, they wake up, like, you know,
Like
gasping for air. Yeah, from just being, you know,
being clenched.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
And some guests have reported that they dream about the blonde lady, and she's choking them.
Oh my.
Like they see her in their dream. And
she's invasive.
Yeah.
She gotta back off.
Who knows what her story is or like where she came from, but people will feel intense like chest pain, difficulty breathing, heart palpitations. They'll even wake up sweating in their beds.
Jesus.
For like just being that scared and overwhelmed with that. So,
God.
And these people who have reported claim, like, in the article it said they claim that they had no heart issues,
they didn't have
like,
any like
respiratory issues, like
no illnesses.
No,
stuff.
that would trigger it. It was just like this was very abnormal. So
that's insane.
And then other guests have reported in the Luxor that they hear aggressive banging on the doors, but the hallways are empty. So they hear just like
what?
Yeah.
Oh, that would trigger me.
Yeah, that would be so scary.
Oh
right?
my god.
But yeah, and then people have said that they've seen ghosts in the corner of their eye, you know, like dark figures like in the hall, then they look up and it's not there, you know. Things like that.
Okay.
So with all of the gruesome murders and suicides, I just found a couple that I found was interesting, which
do tell.
The first one was a reported suicide. A woman jumped from the 26th floor in 1996. So that room probably has a lot of activity.
I mean, back then, were you able to open the windows? Because I know, like, now you're not able to open hotel windows for that reason.
Probably back then, yeah.
Okay, that's
in the
probably
90s?
before the law or before the policy changed.
Yeah, that 90s were still like very
fresh.
Era.
I mean, it was only 3 years old because you said it was built in 93, right?
96.
It was built in 96.
Oh, no. But how it was built, it was 93.
Okay.
I thought you meant the woman jumped. The woman jumped in 1996.
So that's what I mean.
Luxor was only a couple years old.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure most of these rooms are what's in the pyramid, because there is a hotel behind it that can
have more
guests, but the rooms in the pyramid, which are really weird. My mom and dad stayed in a room,
really?
And they said the slant of the windows, my mom was like, it's kind of claustrophobic, but because
I kind of want to stay
the
in
window, your room's like a triangle.
Yeah, I mean,
it's weird. It looks cool, you know, but it was just weird.
Odd.
But anyway, another report is an assault, robbery, murder of a 16-year-old girl named Sarah Gruber. There wasn't much on that one. No one knows what happened. I'm pretty sure that's all it said. But this one was pretty messed up. So there was a casino worker in 2007, a 24-year-old. Sorry if I mess up this name. Bolivardo Durante Antonio.
Okay.
He was killed by an explosive device.
Oh.
In his car. So he got off work. He worked at the casino in the Luxor. And the bomb was planted under a plastic cup, and the cup was upside down on top of his car. So it was just like, oh, okay. In my head, it looks like, oh, someone left their freaking trash on my car. Like, ugh.
Yeah, how rude.
You would think nothing of it. So when he picked up the cup, it triggered the bomb, and it blew the top of his car and killed him.
Oh my gosh.
So that's how he died. And the casino did not evacuate.
Are you serious?
Nor did they stop anything. They kept going.
Just business as usual.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
I thought that was crazy. I was like, what?
The nerve.
What? Yeah. And then an UNLV football player, DeMario Reynolds, he got in a fight with another guest at the hotel. And that guest was Jason Simon Sinliar. Sorry if I messed up. He was an MMA fighter.
Okay.
And they got into it over, I think it said they're like, I think Reynolds' partner or something. I don't know. But they got into it, and one punch knocked Reynolds out forever.
Wow.
It killed him. He died. In 2010, courts ruled out that Reynolds actually died from a OD rather than just the fight. He was probably just high on drugs while he was fighting, and that one punch
just did it.
Yeah.
Lights out.
Yeah. So I think people have probably felt weird things in the lobby, just the amount of
I have felt weird vibes just walking in the lobby. I will say that.
Yeah,
I will
could be him. Could be him wandering around in the lobby just looking for a fight.
It felt, I don't know how to explain it. It didn't necessarily feel awkward. It just felt
a lot of guests
weird.
Say that the hotel kind of radiates this bad energy.
Yeah, it was definitely a different shift in energy.
It is. And my mom said she didn't really like it, and I wonder if that's because of the energy she felt. She never says she sees ghosts or anything. I think she believes it. I don't know. I can't tell. But anyway, and then there was another report in 2012 that another employee was murdered by their boyfriend in full view in the lobby.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that happened also in the lobby, which is where the first thing you come in.
Well, that's
bad vibes. Bad vibes.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So that was pretty crazy. That is what I gathered from the Curse of the Luxor.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
There's way more. There's probably way more than what I covered. I just picked and chose what I wanted to drop. But yeah, the Luxor, pretty crazy. Very short amount of time too. It opened in 93.
Yeah, it's still pretty young.
And it has that much going on there.
My goodness.
It's crazy.
It's almost as old as me.
And then the other hotel and casino I wanted to talk about, you stayed there. Circus.
Oh, no, I haven't stayed there.
You haven't? I thought you did.
No, I've been there a ton, because we went to the buffet. We never stayed there.
I'm over here thinking you stayed Austin at Circus.
I would love to, as trashy as people claim it to be. I would love to.
Yeah, so this other one I want to talk about is Circus, and Circus is also on the list of one of the most haunted hotels on the Strip.
What happened there?
So this one is on the north end of the Las Vegas Strip. The Luxor is on the south end. So if you're coming in from south to north, the first thing you'll see was the Luxor, and one of the last things you'll see is the Circus. So there, it first opened in 1968, and it was designed in mind to be a family-friendly place,
Yeah, I can see that.
So they were thinking circus, At first, it was supposed to be modeled after a Roman circus.
Roman circus?
Yeah, but the guy was one of the builders, who was Jay Sarno and Stanley Mullen. Yeah. They were the original openers, and he was like, you know what? How about we just have a good old-fashioned circus like we have here? A circus. A circus. And that's how they came up with Circus. But anyway, it's very popular with carnival games, the indoor amusement park, which is called Adventure Dome, and with a high-end hotel.
That I've seen.
Yeah, and it has the big clown in the front, And one of the things with Circus, it was a hot spot for mobsters.
Well, it is by, what's that?
It was one of the...
Fremont. It's right by, close to Fremont.
Yeah. It was one of the original hotels on the Strip that mobsters used to claim and did their dealings through.
That's crazy. I mean, I could totally see that
Yeah.
because I honestly got that vibe too, and I'm not just saying that either. Like,
that-
it's very upbeat. Like, there's always something happening there.
Yeah. So a lot of the vibes you probably get is probably that old-fashioned, like how we felt at Lake Mead.
Yeah.
I felt like we were surrounded
Yeah.
by monsters. Like we
We need to go
man.
into. Did we go into Circus together?
No, we didn't. And look, it's gonna come through that storm drain right there.
Ugh.
Creepy.
Don't say that.
Anyway,
Pennywise.
so that started happening during the peak of 1972. Is when new owners ran Circus, and that's when the mobsters started coming in.
Okay.
And no surprise to the horrific things that would happen with all of that, why it's so haunted as well. So
That's
reports say that they hear strange sounds, moving objects, and they will see wandering spirits, whispers in the halls, in the hotel.
Yeah.
So one of the tragedies, I'll go into some of the tragedies that probably led to all of the hauntings. In this article, this one happened more recently. 2 people were found dead in their hotel room, and they were victims of a cold-blooded murder. They were a Vietnamese couple on vacation, and they were brutally stabbed during what turned out to be a robbery gone wrong.
Oh.
So they were visiting together. And
When did this happen?
it didn't say. I couldn't find it. This was from just one of the articles. Again, I didn't go too deep. If you want to learn more, you could definitely go ahead and look it up. But that was just one of the things that has happened. I didn't go into detail, like I said. Another one of the more haunted rooms is room 123.
Interesting.
And many years ago, it didn't give me a date, unfortunately, but many years ago, a mother and her young son were found dead in the, it was apparently a murder-suicide.
Oh.
They never found out why the woman was driven to take her son's life and then hers, but that horrendous act is still felt today in that room.
Really? I mean,
People will hear loud screams of a child's plea, and they can hear it can be heard from outside in the hallway too. Sometimes people will hear it in the hallway, coming from the room.
oh my god.
And they'll hear. Apparently, they'll see "Help Me" being written in the shower when in the mirror.
Nope. Nope.
And staff
Nope.
have seen this. Apparently, staff has seen the boy from time to time wandering the halls. Again, it didn't give me any detail of how old he was.
I was
or,
just about to ask.
But they're saying boy, so I'm thinking maybe a 10-year-old.
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
In my head.
So they see him wandering around, and he looks like he's desperately looking for something, is what they
Probably
say.
his mama, maybe, even though she did the
Or a way
horrible
to
deed.
get away. I don't know. Maybe a hiding spot.
He's probably just looking for a familiar face. Poor little thing.
Either way. And sometimes they've seen him hand in hand with his mom.
Really?
Yeah. And they're always asking about a man named Robert. And no one knows who Robert is, but I guess they'll see them and she'll come up to you maybe and be like, have you seen Robert?
Might be her husband.
Maybe that's why she committed it. I'm just speculating. Maybe that's why she committed murder-suicide to get away from him.
Maybe.
You know how, not that that's the right way to go, but, you're desperate, trying to get away.
I've heard
Can't
stories of
Unfortunately,
situations like
it
that.
has happened.
Yeah, where certain wives will go crazy when they find out their husband was cheating, or they found out their husband
Or the husband
something
is
tragic happened to the husband.
just abusive, and
or that even, yeah, just something tragic happens to them in general, and
so they think the only way to escape is
to send the
death.
kids to heaven and
take yourself out.
take yourself, yeah. That's terrible.
So room 123's got a lot of heavy.
I'm heavy right now.
Yeah. Like, we're just talking about it. We're not even in that room. Can you imagine?
Oh my god.
Sheesh. And again, like I said, that room was once filled with blood. Like, a dead body was in there. It's so creepy to think about.
Like,
that.
sure, they replaced the carpet, but that doesn't change the fact of what happened in there. Oh.
Scars the walls, man.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway, so this I found interesting about Circus Circus, the mob. So these fools, they used to work in the store, and that was their front, and that's where they did all of their illegal biddings and like all of their
business.
Yeah. So,
if you will.
Circus Circus opened in 1968. The casino was, it was modest, and it was kind of failing to get more high rollers to make the hotel more successful.
Yeah.
So they brought in a business partner, and he brought success to the hotel.
Okay.
And he's from Chicago. This man was Anthony Spatoro. Anthony John Spatoro, aka...
He's got a mob name.
Tony the Ant.
Yeah, there you go.
He was an infamous mobster from Chicago, from the Chicago outfit.
Okay, from Chicago.
From Chicago. He was the inspiration for Nicky Santoro, who was a character that Joe Pesci played in Casino.
Okay.
Have you seen that movie?
No. But I do remember being
I hope more people have seen it because it's a classic.
I've heard of it for sure. Like,
anyway,
I've seen previews and stuff.
But Anthony Del Toro was the inspiration for that character. So a lot of what happened in the movie reflected what he did in real life.
Wow.
So they used his life. It was pretty crazy.
I'm sure.
So this guy, he was the leader of the Hole in the Wall gang. And then, like I said, they had a gift shop or a store or whatever, and that was their front. And that's where they did all of their dirty deeds.
All their business.
And for many years, he was supposedly rumored for dozens of brutal mob heads in the area around Circus Circus.
Okay.
So he murdered a lot of people.
He had to keep up with morale.
He had to keep up with morale, yeah. But he eventually got greedy and he overstepped his boundaries. So after so many years, he was starting to just like be hungry with power. So he put himself on the wrong side of the employers, and it just led to his own bloody, gruesome murder. And he died in 1986. So he was murdered. I didn't look into the details of what exactly happened to him. I kind of remember the movie, and I think they have that in there of how he got taken out. It's pretty
gruesome.
Yeah.
All right.
But supposedly people have seen his ghost. And he'll be strutting around the casino floor, and he'll be walking into a room or whatever. They kind of get glances of him, his ghost. He's still acting like he runs the joint.
Oh, I'm sure. What does he do?
Huh?
What does he do?
That's all they said, is that they just see him walking around, or they'll see him sitting, or they just see him still at Circus Circus.
Just monitoring.
Just running his shit.
Yep, making sure everything's going to plan.
And, people, like I said, they've seen things on the corner of their eye. They'll hear whispering in the halls. I'm sure in some of the rooms, or probably outside of the casino, they probably see the murdered victims of Anthony.
Jesus.
So, but that is another one, and a lot of people have said that they have felt like strange there, and it's heavy. weird.
It kind of like Luxor.
Negative.
It did have a different energy vibe
And you
to
know
it.
what?
Even when I was little, I thought that.
I don't like Circus Circus. I don't like being around
I
it.
love Circus.
Really? I don't like it. I get bad vibes. Scat doesn't like it.
I love the stimulation that Circus gives me, and I don't know if that's because we went to the buffet as a kid, and I remember just seeing everything. I mean, obviously as a kid you're not allowed on the little pattern carpet, but it's I could only do and go so many places. But it was fun, and then when I went with Roland, so many memories came at me. But yeah, the energy still felt the same, and the Luxor, that was the first time he's ever been to Vegas in general, but that was the first time I'd been to Luxor, and both of us were just like, whoa, when we walked in. And I was stimulated because I love the Egyptian culture.
Yeah,
I love all that. I love
It is pretty cool.
But
the outside and everything where they have the Sphinx.
But the energy was just
It's
similar
off,
to
right?
that of Circus. And I remember thinking that in my head. I'm like, this kind of feels like Circus. And they're on opposite sides, too, of the strip.
Yeah. And so different in time period of their...
30 years apart.
Yeah. Circus is older, so it has the older feel, but the Luxor is still recent. I mean, 90s is already...
I know.
30 years ago.
Oh, I know. Don't remind me.
Anyway, but it's such a short amount of time that all of that bad stuff happened for both things.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, go stay at one of them.
Honestly,
ask for the haunted room.
Let us
See
know.
what happens.
Yeah, let us know how you guys felt. If you guys have stayed, or if you've seen anything, or fell in energy.
Do the
shift.
Titanic.
Do the little exhibits, because they are worth it. They are so much fun.
Damn it! You know what? Maybe we should have taken a picture in front of the staircase.
Ha! We should have.
Could have caught the ghost that's
Really?
there.
It's okay.
Man, we kind of went through that one pretty fast, so I didn't see anything.
It's okay. At least we got photos in general.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's the strip, Las Vegas. There's way more other haunted hotels and casinos there.
Oh yeah. A couple roach motels there too. I stayed at one.
It's fun. Go hang out. Go spend your 21st birthday.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go cruise back home.
All right.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening, guys, and you can reach us at
Let's Go Cruising Podcast.com or at gmail.com.
Yep. As well as
Let's Go Cruising Podcast on Instagram. And you can find us on YouTube.
Yep, exactly.
So subscribe to us, like us.
Love us.
If you don't like us, then go listen to a different one. That's fine. It's okay. But like and subscribe to us, please.
Yep.
Lottie and Coco say bye too.
Yeah, they say bye. Just looking out the window.
Okay, bye.
Bye.